Hello, everyone. So today we are talking about one of our wonderful supplements from our Pulse product line, our NK5, otherwise known as Nattokinase Plus. So looking at the benefits of this product, it promotes healthy, balanced blood viscosity in a natural way. It supports healthy blood pressure and circulation. It helps support and maintain good cardiovascular health, exhibits natural cardioprotective properties, supports healthy cholesterol levels already within the normal range, provides antioxidants to help protect cells from free radical damage, and supports healthy blood viscosity naturally. And we're going to talk about why that is so important to cardiovascular health a little bit later on. So this is a 30-day supply in this one bottle. 5 ingredients we have here are nattokinase, celery seed, garlic, grapeseed, and oat extracts. And you are going to be taking 1 capsule twice daily with food. So that is important to remember that you want to have this product with food. You can have it, let's say, with breakfast or with lunch, breakfast or dinner. Just make sure you're not having it on an empty stomach. Okay, so looking at the why, the who, and the ask. So why NK5? Who is NK5 specially formulated for? And 3 questions that you can ask yourself to see if NK5 might be a product for you. Okay, and so before we get into that, just some quick bits of information that I want to go over today in order to really understand why having a product that supports cardiovascular health and circulation is so important. So cardiovascular disease, otherwise known as CVD, is the #1 cause of death globally. In 2015, 17.7 million people died from CVD. In the United States, that is 1 in every 5 deaths, quite a significant number. So cardiovascular disease includes a number of problems, mostly related to atherosclerosis, and that is the plaque buildup in the walls of the arteries. So when you hear that word, that is what we're talking about. And what happens is then we have the narrowing of the arteries, which makes it hard for blood to flow through. This can eventually lead to blood clotting and a greater chance of heart attack and stroke. So that is something that we really want to avoid, as it is the lead up to cardiovascular disease. Proper circulation is critical for the maintenance of optimal health. It ensures that blood and oxygen continuously flow throughout the body. So that's #1, very, very important. It allows every organ to function properly. It allows nutrients to flow where they are needed. So that is the main way that nutrients flow through to various parts of our body, to various organs. It helps wounds to heal faster. It supports optimal brain function. It keeps your heart healthy, and it improves your immune system. So certain blood cells are carried by the bloodstream and they help to fight infections. These are all very, very important reasons why we need to maintain optimal circulation. So poor circulation can potentially harm the heart, kidneys, and brain, as well as our fingers and toes, which are furthest from our heart. Now, looking at why we should think about trying NK5. So if you are routinely dealing with stressful situations in your life that are impacting your overall cardiovascular health, because stress does cause issues with cardiovascular health, it does impact heart health. So this could be one of the causes. If you're looking for a natural product that works with your body to maintain a healthy heart and circulatory system, and if you're finding it harder to maintain healthy cardiovascular system levels due to daily physical, mental, emotional, and environmental stressors, and would like to incorporate supplements as part of a more holistic approach, and also if cardiovascular health is a concern in your family. Now, something that I do want to emphasize in this presentation is that lifestyle modifications can greatly improve cardiovascular health and circulation. It should be our first approach to improving cardiovascular health if we feel that that there are issues. So who is NK5 formulated for? So individuals who are looking for a natural product that works with their bodily systems to improve cardiovascular health without any undesirable effects. Individuals who are looking to improve cardiovascular function, both structurally and functionally, through a more holistic approach. Individuals who are dealing with consistent stress, whether environmentally, physically, emotionally, or mentally, and are seeing an impact on their heart health. or individuals who may have a history of heart health concerns within the family. And then 3 questions you might want to ask yourself to see if this is a product that you will want to incorporate into your healthcare routine. So question number 1, is my body showing symptoms of suboptimal cardiovascular and circulatory system health? Am I looking for a natural holistic product that I can incorporate into a more conscious daily routine to support optimum cardiovascular and circulatory system function? And am I looking for a natural product with no side effects, with a focus on promoting a healthy, thriving cardiovascular system versus only mitigating disease? And that's something important to think about too. You don't have to wait until you see more extreme signs to start taking a natural product like this, because it does support your body overall. So it can be even at beginning signs, if you're seeing certain things that are not the way that you like. If it is something that runs in your family and you are noticing, again, that you're exhibiting some symptoms, you can start to support your body with this product without waiting until, it gets to be more of a concern. Okay, so looking at our first ingredient here, and this is really, I would say, the most significant product or ingredient in this product, very unique ingredient, but very, very studied and beneficial. So this is our nattokinase, which comes from natto, which is a soybean. So nattokinase is a potent blood clot dissolving protein that is used for the treatment of cardiovascular diseases. And so it is actually an enzyme that is produced from the bacterium Bacillus subtilis during the fermentation of soybeans to produce natto. And natto has been regarded for a long time now as a fibrinolytic miracle food. So in 1980, Hiroyuki Sumi, who is a Japanese researcher at the Chicago University Medical School, discovered that natto can dissolve artificial fibrin. And him and his team then decided to extract this enzyme from natto, and they called it nattokinase. So that's kind of the background of where it came from. So overall, natto consumption is believed to be a significant contributor to the longevity of the Japanese population. So it is a staple part of the Japanese diet, this soybean, and you can see in that picture what it looks like as a food. So recent studies have shown that a high natto intake was associated with decreased risk of total cardiovascular disease mortality, and especially a decreased risk in mortality from ischemic heart disease. So because of this discovery and this isolation of this unique enzyme, a lot of studies have now been done on the effectiveness of nattokinase as a supplement. And they have shown that nattokinase is antihypertensive, it's anti-atherosclerotic, it's lipid lowering, it's neuroprotective, and it's an anticoagulant. So those are all qualities that together are really, really beneficial and significant to protect against cardiovascular disease. Animal and human trials have consistently shown its beneficial support to the circulatory system. And it does this by acting as a blood thinning agent with comparable benefits to aspirin without any of the negative side effects. So you might have gone to your doctor if you have any issues with, let's say, cardiovascular health or with blood viscosity. You might be recommended taking aspirin or baby aspirin as a blood thinner. Now we know that these medications, while they can be very helpful and supportive during times of need, they do have some side effects. Whereas a supplement such as this one would have the same effect without those unwanted side effects. And blood viscosity is actually getting a lot of attention now because of its significance in measuring somebody's overall cardiovascular health. So now when we look at blood viscosity, this is a measure of thickness and stickiness of a patient's blood. And as I mentioned, it's now a strong independent predictor of cardiovascular health. So this biomarker measures the amount of friction against blood vessels, the degree to which the heart must work to pump blood, and the quantity of oxygen delivery to tissues and organs. So these are 3 very important things if you think about it, because even looking at something like the degree to which the heart must work to pump blood, you know that the harder your heart is working and the harder your body is working to get blood throughout your whole body, the more your body's going to struggle overall. High blood viscosity can damage the delicate intima, or innermost part of blood vessels and arteries. And highly viscous blood pounding against the walls of blood vessels can lead to abrasions in the arteries, which then leads to buildup of plaque as a protective mechanism, leading to atherosclerosis and higher blood pressure because the heart has to pump faster and harder to push the blood through. So right away, blood viscosity is something that we definitely want to work on. If this is something that is a symptom in your body right now, you will want to look into this because it can lead to further cardiovascular issues. So nattokinase also suppresses intimal thickening of the arteries. So again, this is the two innermost layers of the arteries, which allows the blood to flow through more efficiently. And this suppression is said to be due to the synergy of natto's antioxidant and anti-apoptotic properties. And we did discuss this already in our blood pressure presentation, thinking about, again, that analogy with your pumps in your your pipes in your kitchen or your garden hose, right? If there's any kind of buildup of anything in your pipes, or if there's, let's say your garden hose is being squeezed somewhere and there's not enough space for liquid to pump through, then the system's going to have to work even harder for this to happen. And this can lead to negative impacts on the system overall. So we definitely want to minimize that. So natto's antioxidant effect has also been shown in studies to reduce lipid peroxidation. So this is the damage of lipids, of fats, and improve lipid metabolism. So how well your body breaks down, utilizes fats. Through inhibition of LDL oxidation, which is another contributor to atherosclerosis and CVD. So LDL cholesterol or LDL fats are kind of known as the unhealthy fats. We don't want to have so much of them in the body, and we definitely don't want oxidation to occur because this can lead to inflammation and to other more serious health issues relating to your cardiovascular system. Natto's benefits to the cardiovascular health is in its ability to lower blood pressure. So natto was found to have relatively strong inhibitors of ACE, which is a hypertensive peptide hormone. And you might have heard of ACE inhibitors in relation to blood pressure. So natto has a benefit on this hormone as well. Nattokinase is only produced when soybeans are fermented, and it cannot be found in any other soy food. So this is something that is very unique to this particular product. Okay, so the next ingredient that we have in our formula is celery seed extract. And celery is a member of the umbelliferous family, along with fennel, carrots, and parsley. And it originated from wild celery that was native to the Mediterranean, with its seeds highly valued in many cultures for their medicinal properties. It has been used in Ayurvedic medicine, which is ancient Indian traditional medicine, as a diuretic, and it has also been used worldwide to support symptoms of anxiety, flu, colds, gout, hypertension, which is high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and insomnia. And celery seed extract helps to maintain fluid balance within the body by acting as a diuretic. So too much fluid in your blood can impact heart health negatively because it raises blood pressure and puts more strain on the heart. Often sodium retention leads to increased fluid volume in the blood, which celery seed can mitigate through its diuretic properties. And then we have our unique phytochemical that is most studied in celery seed extract. And so this is our 3N-butyl phthalate, otherwise known as 3NB. This is the most common phytochemical that celery is known for. So it's responsible for the taste and smell of celery, and it first gained recognition within the medical community for its blood pressure lowering abilities, which of course, having healthy blood pressure leads to overall better cardiovascular health. So the natural mechanisms by which 3NB acts prevent the altering of the ratio of sodium to potassium in the blood, which can be dangerous. 3NB has also been shown to lower blood cholesterol levels and reduce the formation of arterial plaque in preclinical studies. So this is very important to cardiovascular health. It's very important to having a healthy circulatory system. Studies have also indicated its ability to lower LDL, and so that's lower density lipoproteins, VLDL, very low density lipoproteins, and triglyceride levels, while increasing HDL levels. And HDL are high density lipoproteins. That's considered basically like our good cholesterol. That's the one that we want to have more of in the body versus the LDL and VLDL. These positive benefits have been attributed to 3NB's antioxidant properties, as well as its ability to act on our prostaglandin system. And this is a unique system in the body that can impact systemic levels of inflammation, as well as clotting in the blood. Okay, so something that I've mentioned in many presentations before, which is so important and will be discussed in the future because of its impact on health, is inflammatory systems in the body. And it's so important to address inflammation because inflammation can lead to dysregulation of many of our bodily systems and processes. In particular here, what's important for cardiovascular and circulatory health is the dysregulation of cholesterol metabolism. So this can increase cholesterol accumulation by suppressing reverse cholesterol transport and elevating cholesterol uptake by the liver. Increased inflammatory reactions can alter the characteristics of high-density lipoprotein from its anti-inflammatory to a pro-inflammatory form, and can increase liver production of very low-density lipoproteins while decreasing plasma clearance of these same proteins. So it's really important to keep inflammation in the body down. NSAIDs like aspirin work by blocking the enzymes that produce them in order to lower inflammation and cholesterol dysregulation. So 3NB is more beneficial because instead of blocking production, it restores balance to the prostaglandin system. So this is where a lot of our ingredients are very unique as compared to using, let's say, something like aspirin or a conventional product. Although there's always room for those products as well when it's necessary, the beauty of having natural products such as, or natural ingredients such as, let's say, celery seed extract, is that they actually have the characteristics to balance systems in the body versus blocking one particular system, which then might lead to an overexpression of another system, which might lead to imbalances further down the line. Here we're looking at restoring balance, and in this way, this body is always functioning in its most optimal form, or at least working towards. Okay, so our next ingredient is garlic extract, and this is coming from the bulb. So garlic is a plant in the allium family, and it's closely related to onions, shallots, and leeks. It has been well documented by many major civilizations, including the Egyptians, Babylonians, Greeks, Romans, and Chinese. And garlic is really known for so many different benefits. So here we're looking particularly for cardiovascular health, but as mentioned in this point here, it's also known for its immune boosting properties. So we know generally when the weather gets colder, our parents or grandparents might have encouraged us to eat more garlic, or if we're starting to develop a cold. And it has generally kind of strengthening actions for the immune system. In vitro and cell culture studies, it's shown that garlic is antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, antiparasitic. So you might see it in a lot of different formulas, not just a formula, let's say, for heart health or cardiovascular health. So it's also known as a prebiotic, containing fructans and oligosaccharides, which stimulate the growth of friendly bacteria in the digestive tract. And this is really good to know as well, because our digestive health contributes to the health of our whole body. So gut health is connected to brain health, it's connected to your immune system health, it's connected to heart health. So having a healthy gut with healthy bacteria is going to encourage your overall body to be more healthy. And garlic and its preparations have also been widely recognized as agents for prevention and treatment of cardiovascular and other metabolic diseases, such as atherosclerosis, hyperlipidemia, thrombosis, hypertension, and diabetes. So garlic has been shown to lower blood pressure levels in hypertensive patients. basically in the same way that first-line standard antihypertensive medications do, which is really wonderful to know because, again, you can use this as a natural product versus something that might have other unwanted side effects. Garlic contains several potent active sulfur compounds, the primary one being allicin, and allicin is known to be cardioprotective. So there are some, you might see this again when you go into natural health stores, that there are heart health products. Some of them just have allicin in them, and others are a little bit more synergistic, such as ours, but it really is known to be very good for heart health. Garlic supplements have been linked to moderate reductions in cholesterol concentrations, providing a safe cholesterol lowering agent compared to statins for individuals with slightly elevated cholesterol. Okay, and our next product here, we have grape seed extract. And grapes have also been valued for their nutritional and medicinal benefits for thousands of years. So from Greek philosophers to European folk healers, different parts of the grape have been used for treating various ailments, such as hemorrhoids, skin and eye diseases, inflammation and pain, nausea, infections, and kidney and liver diseases. So grapeseed extract is made from the ground up seeds of red wine leaves, and they contain a high amount of polyphenols called OPCs for short, but the very long term for this is oligomeric proanthocyanidins, and they are known for their very high antioxidant content. Now, as mentioned before, and I'm going to mention again because of how important antioxidants are, so these are substances that destroy free radicals, which are harmful compounds in the body that will damage our DNA, contribute to aging, and are the cause of several health conditions, including cardiovascular disease. So when we have a lot of free radical damage in our body, this is what leads to a lot of inflammation in our body. And this is what can lead to, going back to previous slides, to a condition like atherosclerosis, where taking antioxidants, if you need to, is really, really beneficial and important for overall cardiovascular and circulatory health. Now, OPCs have effectiveness in lowering levels of inflammation in the body, and this makes them effective in treating chronic age-related diseases. When inflammation is present, oxidant stress damages blood vessel walls, and it can oxidize LDLs. This will activate your immune system to release cytokines, which are inflammatory mediators, which causes changes to blood vessel walls and leads to an accumulation of diseased tissue called plaque. This can lead to increased blood pressure, atherosclerosis, heart attack, and stroke. So really, we want to make sure that we're keeping inflammation low in our body. LDLs are particularly vulnerable to the effect of oxygen-free radicals. And this process is known as lipid peroxidation, which triggers the inflammation in the body that leads to plaque formation. And OPCs in studies have been shown to inhibit lipid oxidation in blood vessels. Now, the polyphenols in grapeseed extract lower LDL cholesterol, triglyceride, and total cholesterol levels over time. In addition, grapeseed extract also inhibits platelet aggregation, which is the clustering of tiny cell-like fragments responsible for blood clotting. When aggregation becomes excessive, heart attacks and strokes can be the result. So again, this is going back to having that lower viscosity, very kind of well-flowing blood. Grapeseed extract maintains healthy blood pressure levels in the body as well. So the polyphenols in grapeseed extract, they act on nitric oxide and endothelin-1 to maintain smoothness and muscle tone of arterial walls. And we've talked about blood pressure. This is very, very important to maintain the smoothness and that muscle tone, because this not only controls blood pressure by encouraging endothelial vasodilation. So this is where our vessels, they relax, they dilate, but it also the chance for plaque to form and platelets to congregate, right? So having the release of nitric oxide, it will prevent that from happening. Studies on grapeseed extract's impact on blood pressure have shown that it significantly lowers both systolic and diastolic blood pressure in subjects diagnosed with hypertension and metabolic syndrome. And so something to keep in mind here, right? If you're looking at blood pressure, it's a good idea if you're taking natural products to monitor your blood pressure level as well, because some of these products, they work so effectively in lowering blood pressure that you want to make sure that you are keeping track of those changes. So you're still maintaining your blood pressure at a healthy level. You don't want it to go lower than a healthy level as well. And lastly, grapeseed extract impacts prostaglandin synthesis, which lowers inflammation in the body and influences critical inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, which is a key determinant of cardiovascular disease. And so you might even see that if you go to the doctor and get your blood work done, one of the markers that you'll be tested for is C-reactive protein. And generally that's an indication that there's a higher level of inflammation in the body. So grapeseed extract can act on that as well. And then we have our oat extract. So oat, or Avena sativa, it's a species of cereal grass that is known for its highly nutritious seeds. So the oats that we buy come from mature seeds, while oat straw extract comes from the stems and the leaves. Aerial parts of oat are harvested just before it is in full flower. And it goes by many names. So you might see it as green oat, wild oat extract, and it's very high in manganese and zinc. So oat extract contains phenolic compounds, and these are, again, they have a very high antioxidant quality. So they can protect the body from diseases such as CVD, diabetes, IBD, celiac disease, obesity, and they act synergistically with dietary fibers. Oat extracts also contain bioactive chemicals such as phytosterols, tocols, flavonoids, and soluble fibers like beta-glucans, which are all anti-inflammatory and antioxidative. So we've already discussed the importance of that for cardiovascular health. And phenolic compounds have significant antioxidative qualities, which can prevent processes like lipid peroxidation, cellular oxidative damage mediated by harmful free radicals. So we're looking at a lot of similar qualities here as other ingredients, but what's important is that these ingredients together, they work synergistically to be able to really give the best quality support to your cardiovascular system. So antioxidants found in oat extract are called avenethramides, which have been shown to improve heart health. Particularly, they show evidence of increasing blood flow in the heart and brain by increasing the production of nitric oxide, which is a molecule, as discussed, that helps dilate blood vessels. So again, increasing that blood flow is so important to maintain healthy circulation, to have nutrients circulating through the body, to have oxygen, all the things that we already discussed. And the anti-inflammatory compounds in oat extract can reduce cytokines, which are the pro-inflammatory compounds that are linked to increased heart disease and other chronic conditions. They can also decrease C-reactive protein, which, as discussed, is another pro-inflammatory marker that is implicated in heart disease. Oat extract also has cholesterol-lowering properties, mainly attributed to its beta-glucan content. So the cholesterol-lowering effects of this soluble fiber can be partially explained by the modulating effect on absorption and reabsorption of cholesterol and bile acids due to their binding to fiber. So they bind to fiber and they can get extracted out of the body versus recirculating and building up in the body. Findings have shown that the intake of oat extract can lower blood lipids, mainly LDL cholesterol concentrations. Reducing cholesterol levels and preventing LDL oxidation leads to prevention of atherosclerosis in the long run. So we've already discussed that. And in addition, oat straw has been used to relieve stress, anxiety, and depression. So the extract can improve mood by inhibiting the enzyme PDE4, which is found in immune cells. So this is something that is also important for heart health. because stress, anxiety, and mood challenges can impact the health of our heart. It can impact our blood pressure and our blood sugar, anything related to cardiovascular health. So having something that kind of approaches it from that component as well makes this really a synergistic formula. So oat extract may also reduce levels of pro-inflammatory cytokines, which may be involved in the development of depression and other mood disorders. And one rat study found that a low dose of green oat extract over 7 weeks significantly improved the animal's ability to cope and react to stress compared to a placebo. So something that's also been discussed a lot in studies, I would say maybe within the last 10 years, but even more, is the fact that inflammation in the body contributes to inflammation in the brain, right? So we have something known as the blood-brain barrier. And when you have inflammation in the body, it can cross over into the brain. And inflammation in the brain has been shown now to cause mood issues such as depression, anxiety, and etc. So actually having something that works on inflammation is even beneficial for those issues as well. Okay, so holistic ways to support cardiovascular health. So it's always, we offer NK5 as a supplement that supports cardiovascular and circulatory health, but we want to also give suggestions of how you can improve cardiovascular health in your daily life, because that's when you'll really see the benefit, is when you are working to improve your health holistically. So one way would be eating whole foods that are high in antioxidants. So just as we discussed how our formula is very high in phenols, polyphenols, flavonoids, and other things that support antioxidant health, eating foods that are high in antioxidants is just as important, because you're getting even more of a boost. And so your body is even more able to fight free radicals and free radical damage, which again is going to contribute to optimal heart health. Limiting your intake of processed foods. So one of the main reasons for that would be inflammation. So processed foods do lead to an increase of inflammation in the body. They also often will lead to increased blood sugar levels, increased cholesterol levels, which will then impact heart health. It can lead to metabolic syndrome. So limiting that intake is very beneficial. Making sure that you manage your stress. So heart health and stress are related. And oftentimes when we are going through chronic stress, this does impact our blood pressure. It does impact our blood sugar. And because all of these things are connected to cardiovascular health, it's important to manage stress by having some techniques that you use daily, whether it's deep breathing, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's, even something a little bit more active, whatever it is that will help you. Make sure to prioritize sleep. So this one is always very important in supporting heart health. It's important in overall health because of the fact that there's certain hormones that your body produces when it doesn't get enough sleep, because we might have we might be inclined to take in certain substances when we don't get enough sleep, whether it's sugar or caffeine. And those are all things that are related to heart health as well. Limiting your intake of caffeine and alcohol. So this one we've mentioned a few times already. And this is overall very beneficial, not only for heart health, but also for the overall health of your body. Prioritizing movement daily, practicing deep breathing or breath work, and practicing gratitude. So there's a lot of things on that list. You're encouraged to maybe just pick 2 or 3 that you can start with, and prioritizing those. And that, in addition to our NK5, will really allow you to see a change in the health of your cardiovascular and circulatory systems. And of course, as always, thank you for listening to our presentation today. And for any questions or any additional support, please don't hesitate to contact us at support@esprita.com.